Don't forget to subscribe to both Recollection Road channels so you never miss a new video. Also make sure to share and like the video to help it reach more people. Now, let's take a look at the iconic brands that came out of the 1970s. In 1971, Warren Eisenberg and Leonard Feinstein opened a store in Springfield, New Jersey called Bed & Bath. The store became a leader in home goods, and they would eventually line strip malls across the country. They became known for their huge assortment of products, spanning every color and style imaginable. In 1987, the company officially changed their name to Bed Bath & Beyond. Starbucks was founded in 1971 in Seattle, Washington by Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Bowker. It would take 10 years before Howard Schultz would walk through the door and make Starbucks a household name. Starbucks is now one of the largest coffee companies in America, and it helped change the way Americans thought about coffee. On June 27, 1972, Nolan Bushnell and Ted Dabney officially created Atari, by each contributing a $250 share. The company, which was founded in Sunnyvale, California, was catapulted into leading the development of home video game consoles following the successful release of the arcade game Pong, which would later be released as a home console through Sears. The company also released their own Atari-branded console in 1977, which offered changeable games and joystick controllers. Popeyes was founded in 1972 by Al Copeland in Araby, Louisiana. Initially called Chicken on the Run, the traditional Southern fried chicken wasn't bringing in much business. That is, until the name was changed to Popeyes, and they began serving up spicy New Orleans-style chicken. Surprisingly, the name Popeyes didn't come from the cartoon Sailor, but rather the movie The French Connection, in which Gene Hackman played a detective named Popeye. Foot Locker was founded by F.W. Woolworth and Santiago Lopez in 1974 in Industry, California. This familiar mall shoe store also has ties to Kinney Shoes, which was acquired by Woolworth in 1963. The Kinney division of Woolworth opened the very first Foot Locker, and the shoe store became a lifeline for Woolworth, as it lost ground to newer retailers in the 80s and 90s. Eventually, Woolworth even took the Foot Locker name in 2001, after converting some of the nation's remaining Woolworth stores to Foot Lockers in the late 1990s. Bill Gates and Paul Allen founded Microsoft in 1975 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The young, ambitious programmers wrote their own computer programming language, and it was a hit. But it wasn't until they got into the operating system game that the business really took off. Starting with a large contract from IBM in 1981, the company became iconic for making personal computing more accessible with the introduction of Windows in 1985. College dropouts Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, along with Ronald Wayne, started Apple in a garage in Los Altos, California. The Apple I was their first attempt at a personal computer, and it was essentially a circuit board sold without a keyboard, display, or power supply. The Apple II was a much bigger success, but they really revolutionized computing with the launch of the Macintosh in 1984. The company's innovation led them to become the first ever to be valued at over $1 trillion. In 1977, Roy Raymond opened the very first Victoria's Secret in Palo Alto, California. This was after he had bad experiences shopping for lingerie for his wife, so he set out to offer something better. Victoria's Secret, named after the Victorian era, would make $500,000 in its first year, and would go on to open new locations along with a successful mail-order business. Also in 1977, Atari co-founder Nolan Bushnell founded an arcade-style restaurant called Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater in San Jose, California. The star of the restaurant was a cigar-smoking rat named Chuck E. Cheese. The chain became the first family restaurant to integrate food with arcade games and animatronic entertainment. In the mid-1980s, competition from Showbiz Pizza Place increased, and following a bankruptcy, the two companies merged and eventually took the name Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza. The Home Depot was founded in 1978 after Bernard Marcus and Arthur Blank met to discuss the potential for a do-it-yourself superstore. After convincing other partners to get involved, and with investors on board, they opened two 60,000-square-foot stores in Atlanta, Georgia. Within a couple of years, the company was already going public, and they would eventually become the largest home improvement store in America. The Entertainment and Sports Programming Network, or ESPN, was launched by Bill Rasmussen and his son Scott in 1979. After securing a space to broadcast in Bristol, Connecticut, ESPN went live with their flagship program called SportsCenter. Initially taped in front of a small studio audience, SportsCenter was broadcast to 1.4 million cable subscribers throughout the U.S., becoming the very first 24-hour sports network. If you enjoyed this video, click on this playlist to watch even more. And as always, thank you so much for watching.